Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Pure Biology, and today's topic is pedigree analysis. And before going to this topic, I want to say thank you to all of you who have already subscribed my channel, and I request to the new ones that are coming in my channel. Obviously, you subscribe my channel for the growth of this. Okay, so today's topic is the pedigree analysis, and before going to this pedigree analysis, we have to know some basic features that is related to the pedigree for getting the actual identifying knowledges, or how to identify the proper tree that is related to the autosomal or sex-linked. So this have to identified by us in after getting this information. Okay, if we clearly or properly understand this basic information, so then we can easily identify the family tree or the pedigree tree, or we can analyze the pedigree. So what is pedigree? Pedigree, actually this is the family tree, means some disease that is genetic disease. So in case of this disease, the doctors or the geneticists, they first identify the family background. Okay, if this that means the disease that created or that occurring in the individual, it was seen in the family members before that or not, and this is very helpful to identify. After identifying this actual pedigree tree, or after analysis of this pedigree tree, if we identify that the actual disease is occurred or not in the previous generation, that it is easy to help the individual to survive properly. Okay, so here this is the first understand the symbols. Okay, so here we before you already know that we just draw the pedigree tree by using some symbols. First you have to understand some symbols, what symbols are used here. So here this is the square symbol, that is the male. Okay, the circle, that is for female, and you can see this is clear, that means no disease is seen in the individual. Okay, and here this is the shaded, that means the affected male, and this is the affected female. And if one horizontal line between the two, one male and female, that means it's showing the marriage. And if two horizontal line is there, it's showing the marriage between the relatives. So these are the basic symbols we just use in pedigree tree. And now you have to understand the two kinds of genes are present. One is the autosomal, another is the X-linked gene or the sex-linked gene. In case of sex-linked gene, in case of male, XY is present, and in case of female, XX is present. Okay, so this is the sex-linked genes. And in case of autosomal, we generally use the capital letter and the small letter. Okay, so autosomal means the phenotypic features that are generally described by these autosomal chromosomes, and the X-linked, that means the sexual features that are generated in the young ones by this showing the X-linked genes. Now you can understand the homozygous gene or heterozygous genes, which are why these are very important. Homozygous means this situation or this situation, you can see the homozygous, that means both the gene present, equal gene are present. This is called the homozygous situation, and this is called the heterozygous situation. Okay, here capital one letter and the small letter is present. And in case of dominant gene, if the capital A is very important, that means AA showing the character and AA showing the character that is same. Clear? That is same. Because A is important here. This is dominant here. That means if A is there, if single A is also there, that means showing the same feature. Clear? So this is called the homozygous and this is called the heterozygous. Clear? And here also in case of autosomal, two kind of situation is seen. One is the dominant, another is the recessive. If we consider the A is the dominant, that means its opposite showing the small a. Okay, if this is dominant, that means this showing the recessive character or the suppressing character. But the suppressing character, when this suppressing character remain in the homozygous form, okay, this remain in the homozygous form, that means it sometimes shows its feature. Clear? But if it remain in that situation, so it is already suppressed by capital A or the dominant gene. Clear? So, in case of pedigree analysis, some important things is very important to us, obviously, to mind it before going to analysis of any pedigree tree. In case of dominant, this feature you can see. One, that means the transmission of one parent is possible. That means in case of dominant, suppose this is A and this is A, okay, or this is like that. So here this is male or this is female. So in that situation, A gene or the capital gene, it is very important. Okay, capital gene is very important. And if this is, so in that situation, A is showing obviously just like this character. Okay. So here the transmission from one parent is very important. Two parent is not necessary here to get the proper feature or proper diseased feature. One is important. One parent, if one gene is transmitted to the young ones, that means the young individuals may be diseased. Clear? Second, the crisscross is not seen in both the cases. Okay, what is crisscross? Crisscross means generally male diseased. Suppose the father is diseased but mother is not diseased. So in case of young ones, from mother to the son and from father to the daughter, in the crisscross situation, the gene transmitted. Clear? But in case of autosomal, the crisscross way is not seen. Clear? It is seen generally in case of X-linked, from mother to son and from father to daughter. Clear? Here the crisscross generally transformation or transfer of gene is seen, but not here. And the third one, affected parent have the affected or unaffected young ones. It is seen obviously. If the parent affected, that means young ones may be affected or sometimes may not be affected in case of dominant. Clear? And the last one, the skip generation. May not skip generation. Okay? May not skip generation. If it is seen in one generation, that means diseased individual is present in one generation, sometimes must be it is seen in the next generation, obviously. Clear? Next, we will learn about the recessive. What is that? In case of recessive, both parents carry the gene. That means here what we learn, the transmission from one parent is very important. That means one parent is sufficient. Okay, transmission of the gene from one parent, that is sufficient for creating the disease. But here it's not possible. Here the transmission of the gene from the both parent, it's very necessary for creating the disease. Here, this is the autosomal recessive. Next one, same point, the crisscross is not seen here, obviously. The last one, unaffected have the affected offspring. Obviously, here what we learn that the unaffected, that means the affected have the affected individuals or the unaffected individuals. But here, unaffected individuals, they have the affected individuals. Why this is possible? Because here, both the parent, they carry the diseased gene in the suppressed way. Okay, the diseased gene in the suppressed way. That's why the unaffected parent, they have the affected individuals. Clear? And the last one, the may skip the generation. And you can see obviously if one generation they have the diseased offspring, so the next generation may not be there. Okay, so skip is seen here. And now we will learn what that the X-linked gene. X-linked means the sex-linked gene. Same thing here, the dominant and recessive both are present here. And in case of dominant, one gene is important. Okay, in case of dominant is so powerful that it's not necessary to carry the genes for the both gene. That means I clearly explain you that one dominant gene that is very sufficient for creating the disease, and it needs not another extra gene for creating the disease. One gene is very important. Okay. Second one, the carrier is not seen. Generally, in case of X-linked, carrier is seen. Carrier generally is seen obviously in female, because male cannot carry, cannot act as the carrier, because female has, you can see XX. So one gene is disease and another gene is not disease, so it is carrier. Clear? But in case of male, one is X, another is Y. If it is disease, so diseased, because Y gene is carrying only the male character, not any diseased character. Next one, the carrier is not seen. And the third one, male, female both affected. Okay, so here male and female both young ones are affected. Clear? Next, the recessive. Recessive, what is saying here? The two genes for female and one gene for male. If the two genes are not diseased, so the female young ones not be diseased. Okay, so if the female must have diseased, so the two genes must be diseased gene. Okay, otherwise it's not possible affected. Clear? And the carrier is seen here. I explained also. Okay, this is carrier. Okay, this is carrier. Carrier, it is seen obviously in female, not male. And the next one, male to female. This is criss-cross. Same word, criss-cross. Criss-cross transformation of the gene is seen here. Male to female, the gene transported, and female to male gene transported. So male to female, the disease may be carried, and female to male disease may be carried. Okay. So generally male are affected more. Why this is possible? Male are affected because if one gene is diseased, that means in case of male this is diseased. Clear? But in case of female it is carrier, not diseased. Okay, the disease is not seen in that situation. Clear? So these are the main basic features that is very important for understanding the pedigree tree, and you have to study this one. Then you will properly solve the examples that is related to the pedigree tree. Okay, so I will give the proper examples that is related to the pedigree in my next video. Okay, so continue with me. Thank you.